The Big Ten is one of the most prestigious conferences in all of college football, but did you know that when it started there were only 7 members, and Michigan wasn't even supposed to be one of them? Michigan was also kicked out for 10 years. Let's find out how the Big Ten got its shape. Founded in 1896 as the Intercollegiate Conference of Faculty Representatives, they are the oldest Division I conference, older than even the NCAA itself. It was founded because of just how nasty college football was back then. There were a lot of injuries, there was even some going on. So the Purdue president invited the presidents of Minnesota, Northwestern, Wisconsin, Illinois, the University of Chicago, and Lake Forest College to a meeting to be the founding members of what we now know as the Big Ten. But Lake Forest decided not to show up, so Michigan stepped in their space. 2 years later, in 1899, Iowa and Indiana were in, making it the Big Nine. That's kind of what it was known as for a long time. Nebraska originally applied in 1900. We're told, no thanks, go back to your corn, boys. But the Big Nine was back down to the Big Eight in 1907 as Michigan was kicked out for not following the conference rules around how many conference games you could play. I believe the rule was 5 at the time. I'll have a little thing up on the screen. And how long players could play for. While they were gone, Ohio State came in 1912. Michigan was welcomed back in 1916, and that is when they were first referred to as the Big Ten. Big Ten, 10 teams, made sense, not for long. 1939, Chicago, done with football. 1946, removed from the conference. Guess what? We're back down to 9. And here comes Sparty. Michigan State joins at this point, bringing us back up to the 10. The Big Ten remain unchanged for 40 years. They even officially changed their name from the Intercollegiate Conference of Faculty Representatives to the Big Ten in 1987, just in time for 3 years later to add their 11th member, Penn State. Why? You just became the Big Ten. You don't need to add an 11th right away. And of course, we are not done yet. 2009 was the next round of expansions. 109 years later, Nebraska was finally welcomed to make it 12 teams in the Big Ten. And with Nebraska leaving, the Big 12 now had 10 teams. It all makes sense. In 2014, Maryland and Rutgers were added to get to 14 teams, finally able to split the divisions by geography instead of the leaders and legends divisions, if you remember that. Shout out to you. Then the Big Ten coasted for 10 years. Finally, speaking of coast, they added the West Coast. I didn't even mean to do that. Adding USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington. That is how we got from the Big Ten, which was originally 7 to 9 to 10 to 9 to 8 to 10. There's a lot, but that's how we got to the 18 teams we got today. And word is they ain't done yet.